Tinubu never enter una don dey stress am. Tinubu is not this kind of person. Tinubu is not this kind of person. Una don dey stress am. The things wey dey there before, make una manage use am, una no gree use am, una don go spoil am. What is happening? This Buhari administration just spoil all the furniture wey dey for Aso Rock. Now you don dey make Tinubu now, you don dey put stress on top am. Please don't stress Tinubu. You don make am, you never enter, you don dey make am dey spend money wey you no plan to spend. See now, he's spending 14 billion to put in new furniture and to paint Aso Rock. 14 billion naira. Haba mana. Na so Buhari dey spoil furniture. Make una no dey do like that. 14 billion naira to buy new furniture for Aso Rock. Kai! There's how we been dey see shege. E be like say we just begin shege banza. Yawa! From where there you never see anything. These are some of the things I am talking about. To buy furniture for Aso Rock, 14 billion. 14 billion naira. They don't move in. You know, see, they say, move. I saw this on Sahara Reporter, my liver quote. They say, to move in new furniture to the Aso Rock ahead of inauguration. 14 billion. Billion diabetes. 14. Kai. How many trillion they say them borrow here, which they say they move to borrow how many trillions? When I took on one time for 2021, say it is very possible that before this government, before the end of this particular government, this Buhari administration, we feed the whole multilateral companies and other nations close to 100 trillion. Some people tell say, I beg you, make I shut up. You see, it is not bad to borrow, like some people will say. But what do they use this money for? How can you borrow money from outside and use 14 billion naira to buy furniture? It is similar something like this that happened in Ghana one time and the citizens revolted. What happened? They stopped it immediately. This is what we are talking about. The cost of governance is absurd, is outrageous, is unbelievable. It is giving us chiwon kai. 14 billion naira to buy furniture? That is serious caricature. Wetin really dey happen for this giant of Africa? Wetin happen to green white green? Wetin dey do green white green? 14 billion naira to buy furniture? Kai! Let me ask. They don't pay ASU till now. Have they settled ASU? Because they might stand up again and say they want to go to strike. Because I know ASU was not totally paid. Can somebody stand up and tell me ASU was totally paid? 14 billion naira to buy furniture. What happened to the furniture there before? Na so Buhari nyash they spoil chie. Na so furniture they spoil. There was a furniture expenditure in the last budget that was drawn for this government. So to renovate and now want to say wetin happen na bread factory. I been na bakery be before ne. I been na poultry now so be where we say they go want renovate and use 14 billion. We waste resources too much for governance in Africa. And I dare to say that Nigeria is the prototype of the kind of governance other African countries practice, particularly West Africa. It is this kind of character we display that countries like Gabon, countries like Malawi, Cameroon, and the rest look and say, if Nigeria they do like this, see, listen, let me tell you something. You people travel out. As a matter of fact, our #1 citizen was in the UK a few days. These people, they see how these people they do their things, you know. Why they know they replicate these things, then they can see. What is really happening? 14 billion. What for exactly? To paint and to buy furniture? You see all these things you people are doing. That is why when it happened to you, you will just ridicule yourself. See what happened to Ekwere Madu now. Build hospital, you no agree now. Now one small boy and be chief judge when just knack and some more 9 years imprisonment and his wife some more 4 years made them go enjoy. Now the sentence to that for that imprisonment, there is something that will disturb your mind so much when you hear. I'll put the video at the end of this video. Now you watch it and see. He will serve prison term for 7 years, I be 6 years or so. Then the remaining 3 years, he can come outside and mingle with people, but he's going to have tag on his leg. And you don't understand me. That is it minority leader? What was his position? That is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will have tag on his leg as a prisoner. Deputy Senate leader. No be once, no be twice. Oh. Has been a senator for close to 20 years. Will have a tag on his leg as a criminal. Working around it. Now, if you see inside the judgment, they say it's not like he did it. He did what they are accusing him of, but because he had knowledge of it, now it be this more 9 years and some. If they say no life imprisonment, so after he don't serve 6 years and something months, he will now come as a carry tag. Do you know the implication of that? He cannot be talking freely. There are places he cannot go to. There are times he cannot step out of his house. Which other way they feel ridicule anybody that is referred to as a leader in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Achillean giant of Africa, one man who has been in position, who has been part of those who are the suzerain of Afia that can make things better and life better for the Nigerian citizen, particularly people in this constituency. See how he has been ridiculed to nothing. Now, there's one beautiful thing in the judgment that is going to throw Ekwere Madu and the wife into prison. Now, listen. First of all, look at the judge. Young man. Young boy. For Nigeria, our judge, they don't old. So they believe in an analog way that they take deal with things. See the young boy where they deliver the judgment. Now this time they call your lordship. Because the way they provide justice for Nigeria, Nigeria you go know say there's difference between your lordship and my lord is cheap. Come on there.
After taking account of the aggravating and mitigating factors in your case, I impose a sentence of 9 years and 8 months imprisonment. Subject to allowing for the time which you have spent remanded in custody, you will serve 2/3 of the sentence in custody and will be on licence thereafter for the rest of the sentence. You can sit down. Dr. Beatrice Ekramadi, would you stand up, please? In your case, I adopt a starting point of 6 years custody. I do not consider that the aggravating factors that are present in the case of your co-defendants apply to you. You were not directly involved in the identification of the donor, and the evidence does not show that you were directly involved in the attempts to identify a further donor after the transplant did not go ahead. I take account of all the mitigating features that Mr. Mahindra KC has identified and the content of the thorough and helpful pre-sentence report prepared by Jessica Stephen of the Probation Service. You are a person of good character. You helped set up the ECOA Foundation with your husband, and you have been closely involved with its important charitable work. Much of the character evidence I have read applies also to you. You were also motivated by the desperate plight of your daughter and by maternal love. Further, in your case, I accept that although Sonia is an adult, you have substantial caring responsibilities towards her. Your incarceration will have a significant impact on her, in that she will no longer be able to rely on your presence as a source of care and support. Having regard to those factors, I impose a sentence of 4 years and 6 months imprisonment. You have spent 234 days on an electronically monitored curfew between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. I specify that the credit period for the purposes of Section 240A of the Criminal Justice Act 2003 is 117 days. So that period shall count towards your sentence. Subject to that, and subject to allowing for the time you have spent remanded in custody, you will serve 1/2 of your sentence in custody. You will then be on licence thereafter for the rest of the sentence. The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Abina Abeta, 10 years and 6 months in the case of Ike Ekremadu, and 6 years in the case of Beatrice Ekremadu. Abina Abeta, stand up, please. There are aggravating features in your case. You deliberately targeted a victim who was particularly vulnerable due to his young age, his isolation from his immediate family, and his poverty. After the conspiracy to exploit C was thwarted, you continued to try and find another person to be exploited in the same way. As against that, you have no previous convictions, and you are a person of good character.